Welcome back. You're watching Startup Central. I'm Nayantara Rai, working from home. Now, as part of Unlock 3.0, the Union Home Ministry has allowed gyms and spas to reopen from August 5th. So you can, and there will be no night curfews from 1st of August. Cinema halls, unfortunately, cannot be open. So are gyms ready to come back as they are? Or, have people become too comfortable, too used to the fact they can work out at home? The Zoom classes, the virtual training, the explosion that we've seen of online fitness. I'm going to be discussing that and more with the co-founder of Fitternity, Neha, joining us here. Hi Neha, good evening. This is Nayantara Rai. You have 2,000 gyms, studios, trainers under Fitternity. You provide passes to your users who can go and use them. So can you give me a little heads up that in the run-up to August 5th, are people ready to open their shutters, ready to go back to gyms?
Yeah, absolutely. What we are seeing is that there's a lot of excitement from gyms and studios and all fitness centers to actually reopen. But I think everybody is wanting to be cautious. Everybody wants to create a safe environment so that members can trust, what kind of precautions are being taken, how safe they are when they enter that environment, and doing it the right way. So the entire fitness industry is actually waiting for the SOP and the guidelines to come from the government, and is really sort of gearing up to go to actually begin operations on 5th of August.
So let's say you have 2,000 studios and gyms, right? Are all 2,000 opening? And when I say you have 2,000, I mean you have passes for 2,000 that your customers can use.
Yeah, so Nayantara, how we operate is that we are a marketplace. So we actually have 12,000 gyms and studios in the Fitternity network. We are an aggregator, and we work across with large fitness chains, small yoga studios, martial arts classes, swimming pools, five-star hotels. So we basically look at aggregating the entire market, offering the ability for user to either do a pay per session, which is a pay per use format, or buy a pass and access all of that under one pass, which is what our product is called. It's called One Pass by Fitternity. So when we talk about 2000 is actually the gyms and studios and trainers who are conducting live classes, because as soon as mid-March, the lockdown started, we went into work and actually empowered a lot of our gyms and studio partners to conduct live classes in a way that they are actually sort of continuing to help and create value for their users. So users are able to work out from home. They can't access the gym or the studio, but the studio comes to them, in form of a live stream class, in form of a pre-recorded video, or in form of a one-on-one personal training. So when we look at to your question on how many gyms and studios are starting, so there I think it is a statewide mandate, statewide mandate. States like sort of Maharashtra or Tamil Nadu are actually waiting back. Somebody like so Bangalore would be opening up, which would be the state government at Karnataka's end, actually starting the gyms on 5th of August. So I would say it would be a 50-50 split depending on the state government you're operating in.
So 50-50 split is what you're expecting. So let's say roughly 12,000, so you're expecting 50,000 to reopen. But the thing is, Neha, more gyms, and have you been having this conversation because you're an aggregator, you'll have some insights. Want them to rework their pricing models because now people have gotten used to virtual fitness. Consumer behavior also changes. Those who may not have ever gone to the gym now are at home. Maybe they were working out more. You've also seen people lose their jobs. Salaries have been impacted. Businesses have shut down. Won't gyms have to rework their membership? All of that.
So I think it's too early to tell at this point of time. What you're absolutely right when you say that there has been a massive shift in terms of consumption. So we've seen almost a 200% increase in consumption levels quarter on quarter. The sheer number of people who are not working out before and are now entering fitness is massive. So one, we are seeing a massive volume. But with regards to pricing, whether it will be priced higher, lower, I think times will tell in terms of how the gyms and studios are able to manage operations. Because I think when you look at SOPs, and when you look at guidelines, if you see what's happening in other parts of the world, right, the ones that have actually opened up their fitness centers a month back or 2 months back, somebody like Germany or US for that matter, we're basically seeing that the SOP and guidelines are talking about three things. One is about operating at an optimum capacity, which is ensuring social distancing, ensuring proximity, and members having to book via technology and actually pre-booking their session or their slot prior to going to the gym to avoid overcrowding. uh, and along with that, there is massive focus on sanitization, deep cleaning. There are slots after slots that deep cleaning should take place, and there's a massive focus with regards to how do you train the staff to operate in a post COVID environment. So given this, we're basically seeing that there's going to be a lot of operational changes that the gyms and studios will do, which they are very carefully and very sort of coherently managing and doing. And as Fraternity, given the fact that we are an aggregator and we're right in between our gyms and studio partners and our customers, we're basically tying this out in terms of what exactly gyms should be doing, displaying that on our platform in a way that the customers feel that it is actually safe to go, and they also know what are the safety precautions that they need to take once they actually enter the gym.
Okay. Neha, I'm going to make this my final question to you. And you touched upon this safety. Now, how much safety you cross trainers, cycles, treadmills, weights, dumbbells, there's going to be contact. What kind of SOPs are we talking about?
Yeah, so we're talking about SOPs in a way that if you're on a gym floor, let's say if you are normally operating on a capacity of 100, you will basically operate on a capacity which is a little reduced and more optimized. So you will have more slots throughout the day, but you'll have lesser people who are concurrent there at any given point of time to ensure the 6 feet distance. The second bit is that each each gym or center will break down its slots. So you are booking, let's say, the 9 to 10 a.m. slot, right? 10 to 10:30 will not be given to anybody, and the entire place will be disinfected and sanitized. So what you're talking about, all the equipments, all the workout spots will actually be sanitized, and 10:30 is the slot that I can actually book and access, where it is much safer for me to go and operate. Along with this, we're talking about shutting off the common areas like washrooms, locker rooms, right, which will also aid this whole bit about managing overcrowding and managing social distancing in a big way.
Okay, thanks a lot, Neha, for joining us with that. Maybe we'll get you back after August 5th to figure out whether gyms actually have reopened and are they getting people to come and work out as well. It's been a pleasure talking to you. Have a great weekend.